go. It is November 28th, 2023. And from the West Coast studio, I am Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. This being a special interview edition of our show. We're going to meet some state champions from my home state of Delaware here shortly. But before we do, hopefully we're going to meet them because I don't think they can hear me actually right now. But before we get started, this is all brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you're having, please consider my stage hypnosis show, details about which you can find at marshalmanlove.com. I'm out west to do some shows, a Western tour. So please see what I do at marshalmanlove.com. Also, athletes, in just 3 minutes, you can boost recovery from workouts or injuries and accelerate healing. Cold plunge is an effective tool to reduce inflammation, muscle, and joint pain while also increasing your energy, productivity, and physical resilience. Come check it out. Packages available at Aspire Wellness on Kirkwood Highway in Newark. Visit their website and see what else they do there at aspirewellnessnow.com. And also special thanks go out to Jazzercise in Newark, Middletown, and Elkton, Maryland. One of the proprietors there runs a very active Facebook group page for parents of high school athletes. They are kind enough to post up links to the videos that we produce there. So please visit them. Get yourself in shape. There's a sale going on there, cyber sale there at jazzercise.com. Now, hopefully when I press this next button, my guests will appear. And there they are. Now you just need to hear them. Coach, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me right now? I think it turned off their sound. And now they can't hear me. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? They're all there. Oh, I think they turned down my microphone. There we go. The Sussex Academy soccer team, head coach Dina. He's the one standing up there. And hopefully he's not yelling at them. If he is yelling at them, thankfully we can't hear him. All right. Somebody. Hello. Turn on your mic. Good. Hopefully you're turning it on right now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I hear you. You've been on for about a minute there.
Oh, great. All right, here we go.
Hopefully you weren't yelling at them, but if you were, your microphone was down, so that's good. Over to the right side of the screen there is head coach Dina. It is Dina, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, fantastic. The head coach of the Seahawks soccer team, the Division II Delaware State champions. Congratulations, gentlemen, and thank you for making time to join us here. That's right. Give yourselves a round of applause. Fantastic. So it is the first state championship for the soccer team there at Sussex Academy, and just second overall for the school. The school's only been around for a couple of years. It's a charter school down there in Georgetown, Delaware. And how long has Sussex Academy been playing soccer, RJ?
So they've been a varsity program since 2015, 2016, that time frame. That was their first year as like a proper varsity soccer team.
It's really been that long already? Wow, no kidding. Well, still, it takes time to develop a program. How long have you been the head coach of the team?
I started in 2020 was my first year, so this was our fourth season together. Me being down here, I came from the Middletown area, moved down to Georgetown, and started here right after COVID.
A great time to start, right? Take over a program. So tell me about what condition the program was in when you got there and some of the steps that you've taken to get you where you are here today with a trophy for the Seahawks trophy case there.
Yeah, so when I started at Sussex Academy, they had established winning ways in terms of their overall record. Had made the tournament the year before I joined for the first time and won their first tournament game that year. I think they won in penalties to the team that ended up going to the state final. One of the things that we did when we first came in here was first to establish club roots, because the most important thing I think that I've seen, and these boys can attest to it, is that once we are fully engaged in our season, that's the 3 months that they're working the hardest to win the individual games. But really what we kind of noticed in terms of success and longevity is playing in the off season, the club soccer roots, and having players that are in the school that are playing for the soccer team here are also soccer. And I think that's super important for our success is to have it outside of just the soccer team.
Did you try to encourage them to play on the same soccer club?
I definitely do. I think it's so important if they're playing together and they're together outside of the season, they build that cohesiveness, the sort of desire to compete together. They build that chemistry, and it is definitely something I think that when you see teams that at the high school level all have club players but don't play club together, it takes them a little bit to get going and to understand each other and to see how they play, and kind of be familiar with each other. When they play all year long at the same club, that they kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses, the little nuances of each and individual's games, and so I think that it is definitely beneficial, and it's definitely something that I encourage. And most of these boys do play for the same club, the same age group, and have been competing together since they were freshmen in high school.
All right, fantastic. So, we could talk about a whole bunch of things for a long time, but we got a lot of guys we want to meet here and congratulate them all individually as well. Why don't we start to your immediate right and introduce yourself there, young man. What's your name? How old are you? What grade are you in?
My name is Chase Ballinger. I'm a sophomore in high school, and been on the varsity team for 2 years. Started as a freshman, and now playing also as a sophomore. So.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Fantastic. And what position do you play?
I can play the midfield and the winger position.
You look tall. Are you tall?
Yes.
I don't. Sometimes people just look tall, but I know soccer players are generally not very tall. Maybe a goalie or something. How tall are you?
5'11".
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of tall. All right. Right-footed, left-footed?
Right-footed.
All right. What's a highlight of the season for you?
I think scoring against Delaware to win it really helped us in the season. So I think that's probably the highlight of my year, individually.
All right. Yeah, 2-1 win there. So looks like defense was was a big factor for your school there. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you prepare for teams that you're going to play against, knowing that defense is a big key to your success?
So like knowing the other teams, their advantages and weaknesses. So like knowing if they have a better attack, maybe we might change like formation to sit a little deeper, play more defensively, or if they're not as strong in the attack, maybe play a little more attack, more offense.
Okay. All right. Wish I could spend a little bit more time with you. We're going to have to pass the baton over to your right there. Nice to meet you. And young man, you are who?
I'm Alexander Danilenko. I'm a junior this year, and I've been on varsity for 3 years now.
Yeah. Congratulations. What
Thank you.
was that like the day you found out you made the varsity team as a freshman?
It was like I was ecstatic. It was really, really amazing. I remember telling my parents about it the whole day.
I would hope you would tell your parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Who else besides your parents did you tell right away? that you made the varsity team as a freshman? Do you remember?
Probably my grandparents and my friends from other schools.
Okay. And what club do you play for?
I play for Delaware Football Academy right now.
Okay, where's that?
It's based out of DE Turf.
Okay. Do you play any other sports or just soccer year round for you?
Just soccer for me.
All right. Fantastic. And the highlight of your season. All right, so let's just get this out of the way. We know that the championship was the highlight of the main highlight of the season, right? If there's something in particular that happened in that game for you that definitely trumps every other thing that happened during the year, bring that up. But besides that, when I ask that question, just think about the other parts of the season. All right. So what was that highlight for you?
Probably getting an assist against Odessa. I think I did pretty good on that play.
All right. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. The Ducks were tough. Right? Yeah. No doubt about it. All right. Nice to meet you. We'll pass the baton over to your right. Introduce yourself there, young man.
I'm George Sapna. I'm a sophomore. I've been on varsity for 2 years. I play as a wingback and striker. Yeah.
So, yeah, you got a lot of young guys on there. It looks like, well, according to the latest roster that's up here, you only have 5 seniors on the team. So that bodes well for all you guys next year, too.
Yeah.
And then what was the highlight of your season?
Obviously the state championship, but probably the first game against Apo, I scored a hat trick, and everyone was just so excited to start the season, and that just added more excitement.
Yeah, big win just to start off the season because Appoquinimink has been perennially powerful, and they are in the Division One, where you a different division than you, more people to draw from, which really what that means. So, as a small school to knock off that big school right away and a hat trick in there, fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome. Way to start off the year. All right, RJ, a little anecdote about these 3 guys before we get 3 more up there.
Yeah, listen, I mean, these guys are the core to our group, and I mean, I think that each one of them brings something different to the table, which makes them, uniquely gifted, and each one has had their own moment this season that has allowed for us to either win a game, be successful, defend in certain areas. So can't say enough about them.
All right. Let's get 3 more guys up there. Happy holidays to you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for making time to come sit with us.
Joe, come on up.
So Seahawks 17-2 overall. Only play 15 games during the regular season. Coach, what do you think about the amount of games that you have to play? Is that enough for you? Too much? Want more? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's enough. We don't play but for, 3 months max. And so to fit 19 games into 3 months is a lot. And there's times where, like, our training sessions have to be later and guys rest and we kind of give them days off just to be able to manage their legs and their bodies that late into the season. I mean, you think about like the last 3 weeks of our season was some of the biggest games that we had to play, and had to win with the playoff games, the conference final, the games that we had to compete in at a high level and to play them on a Tuesday, then a Thursday, a Saturday, then another Tuesday. It's pretty difficult. And, so I don't think that 19 games that we played was too much. I think that it's a lot to fit into a, really it's a 2-month window. If you think about what preseason is about 3 weeks, and then we don't kick off until that like 4th week of being together. So it's really 2 months of us playing together that you got to fit 19 games into. It's a lot. I mean, it's definitely a challenge to manage. It helps to have this much youth on the team and have this much depth that we really haven't had in years past that kind of allows for us to manage. I think it was just enough. I'm sure that if you ask any one of these boys, I don't think they wanted to play a 20th game. I think 19 was their cap.
Well, considering you won the state championship on the 19th game, yeah, you want to play 20th at that point, right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right. So who's up next? Right to your right there, Coach.
My name is Joe Herrera, and I'm a senior, one of the 5 seniors on the team.
Ah. Now, did you play varsity all 4 years?
Yeah, I did since freshman year.
Oh, fantastic. So talk about the progress that you saw from your freshman year up to your senior year with the team.
Well, in my freshman year, we made it to the state semifinals, and it was against Indian River, and we lost. So I think that the team has obviously made a lot of progress since, because this year we played them again in the semifinals and we beat them. So we've grown tremendously.
So would it be safe to assume that that was a highlight of your season, beating Indian River in the semifinals then?
Yes, I dedicated that game to past alumni that have been a part of the program.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. When you won the state championship, who was the first person that you found and high-fived or hugged or did whatever you did to start celebrating?
It was the man right next to me, Ethan Couch.
Okay. And what'd you say to him? Do you remember?
No words. We just hugged him. That's pretty much it. There were no words to describe that moment, and just maybe screaming, "Yeah, let's go!" Or that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Now, did you get to spend any time with the trophy by any chance?
Yeah, on the bus, got a few pictures and posted on social media, and that's the time I spent with the trophy.
So who do you think got the best picture with the trophy that might be out there for all to see?
Ethan did. He was sleeping with the trophy on the bus with his eyes closed. So that was pretty funny.
Awesome. Any other sports for you, or just soccer year round?
No, it's just soccer.
All right. Does anybody there play another sport? Get that question out of the way. Okay. All right. What was that?
Some players play lacrosse, golf, basketball, track, and swim. So there's water polo. There's a lot of athletes here.
Awesome. And now, are you going to play soccer in college by any chance?
No, I don't plan on it. I'm just gonna go to study. Maybe try out for a club soccer, but not committing anywhere.
Are you? Do you have a college pick? Are you going to head somewhere next year?
Well, I'm in the process of applying, but my top schools are maybe University of Delaware, BYU, and Virginia Tech.
Oh, I'm actually close to BYU actually right now. Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Oh,
It's beautiful out here.
Provo?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely stunning out here.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to come here, do it. That
Yep.
personal recommendation there, which you totally don't have to take, but it's just fantastic out here. All right, nice to meet you. Let's pass the baton. Introduce yourself there, young man. How old are you? What grade are you in?
My name is Ethan Couch. I'm 17 years old, and I've been on varsity for 3 years.
Ethan Couch. And what position do you play, Ethan?
I play center defensive midfield.
Center defensive midfield?
Yeah.
Can you? All right. So, not that you care anything about me, but I played goalie in high school a long time ago. I don't really even remember much of anything about the game, but I never heard of a center defensive midfielder. Can you describe your duties as a center defensive midfielder?
My job is basically just to get the ball and distribute it left to right, or get the ball and pass it back so we can create space to move up the field.
Okay. Any scoring opportunities for you at all as a center defensive midfielder?
Yeah, but I don't capitalize on too many scoring opportunities. I scored once. That was it.
Against who?
Seaford.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was a header though. It wasn't really a shot.
Okay. Okay. And then let's see. So pick someone on the team there and tell me about them. Anything interesting, funny, or positive? Pick anyone.
I'll go with my good friend Ada Villar back there. Just stand up, bro.
Okay.
Our coach calls us the Bash Bros because we play very similarly, and
He's probably one of the best outside backs I've ever seen play the game.
Wow.
He's very good in the air with his head and good on the ground with his feet as well.
Never lost a 1v1.
Never lost a 1v1.
Wow, fantastic. Well done. Well said. So, senior, planning to go to college next year?
Oh, yeah, I plan to play in college.
Do you have one picked out, or no? Not yet.
My top school is York, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
University of York. Yeah.
Yep, been there. Pretty campus as well. All right. Well, congratulations. Let's pass the baton over to your right. Introduce yourself there, young man.
I'm Andre Mendoza. I'm also a senior, and this is my third year playing in varsity.
Could you say your name a little more slowly there?
Andre Mendoza.
Okay, Andre. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, wait a second. You're the one who scored in the championship game.
Yep, that was me.
Fantastic. Fantastic. But now that game went to penalty kicks, Andre. You had scored. It's 1-1. Are you one of the people who get to participate in the round of penalty kicks there?
Yes, I was the first one.
And talk about how the penalty kick round went according to how you remember it there.
Oh, well, they started off, CJ almost had a save, but he couldn't get to it. Then I went and scored, and then it went on so the fourth round, the next round, they shot, CJ saved it, and then it just went on until George finished it off and scored.
All right, so is a round just one kick for each team? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, it's one and then one.
And is that sudden death?
No, it's to 5.
Okay.
And, if you're still tied after 5, then it goes to a whole another round of 5, and then after that it would go to sudden death.
Okay, so what was the final outcome there in that? Was it 5-4?
It was 5-4. Yes, correct.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's a lot of pressure, man. That's a lot of pressure. It's got to be very exciting. Like when you think about it later, what were some of the things that ran through your head when you thought about that championship game for you?
Well, to be honest, like that wasn't my best game that I played the whole season, but I did get a chance to make the PK that brought my confidence up. So then after that, I had a shot in overtime, which was like a really good save by the keeper. Wish I could have scored that, but it's okay. We went off the PKs and still won it. So.
And what do you like to do for fun besides play soccer?
Sleep. I just don't do anything else other than soccer. Oh, I go to the gym, I guess.
Okay. All right, how are your grades?
Oh, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they were the best, but I keep them pretty good.
Good enough to stay on the team, right? At least.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what is the grade point average that is required there at Sussex Academy to compete?
What is it, boys?
3.5.
Yeah, it was 3.0. We raised the bar this year to 3.5. We wanted to make sure that the boys were doing the right things in the classroom. A lot of them were taking tougher classes. We kind of had the expectation that if we were going to succeed on the field, they needed to take care of business in the classroom as well. So we raised the bar this year to 3.5.
Wow, good for you. Quick anecdote about these three there, RJ?
I mean, these are our 3 seniors with the most experience, the guys that were the most level-headed. I mean, you can't say enough about their leadership this year to compete in tough moments. You look at the last 3 games that we played, including the conference final. We're down 1-0 in each one of those games, and their leadership, just by example, is something that helped us get back into those games, kind of keep our heads straight, and allowed for us to pull out results. You can't say enough about their experience and leadership.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's get 3 more guys in there. Nice to meet you guys. Congratulations to you all.
Aiden, come on up. And Ben, come on up.
How many do we have total there, Coach?
Total in here, I think we have 12,
Okay.
13.
All right. Okay, young man, introduce yourself right next to Coach here.
My name's CJ Norton. I'm the goalie here. I'm a junior.
Yeah, there's some good pictures of you at the end of that game that I saw floating around out there. Congratulations to you. So, talk about your season there from your perspective. You get to see the game from a whole different perspective there. You see everything unfolding all year long. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, as a team, we had a great season. And personally, I feel like I had a great season, but I'm still looking to have a better season next year, too, because you can always do better. And just this season was great. And 17-2 is crazy. And then I personally only had, I believe, 13 goals against? I think it was 13 goals against out of 19 games, which is very good in my opinion, but always can be lower next year. And everything seemed to go right this year for me and the team. We all kind of came together and just found our role on the team.
So are you one of those kind of goalies that does a whole lot of talking, yelling, and kind of quarterbacking your defense out there?
Yeah, normally I don't have a voice after the game just from yelling so much.
And what would you think was your best game of the year?
Honestly, it would probably be the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of being able to make that PK save in double OT and then making the save in actual pens.
Yeah.
And just keep playing throughout the whole game.
Yeah, that's fantastic, huh? And who was the first person that you talked to or high-fived or anything after the final buzzer sounded?
I kind of just sat there and just didn't even know what to do because I honestly just blanked and just sat there and then realized the whole entire team was rushing me. So.
Yeah, I think the picture I saw is you kind of on your knees with your hands kind of pumped up a little bit there. It was a really good shot, whoever took it. Yeah, it was fantastic. It definitely captured the excitement of the moment. So do you play any other sports or you soccer all year round?
Yeah, I played basketball and then golf.
Okay. And how's the basketball team looking?
This year, I don't know if they're going to be very good. I'm still debating whether to pursue playing out this year. As of right now, I'm just kind of on the fence. I'm taking 2 to 3 weeks off and then going to make a decision. But I don't think we're going to be very good. It's going to be a learning experience for a lot of people if I do play.
All right. Well, congratulations. Best of luck to whatever you decide to do there for this fall. And then maybe the golf team will win another state championship. We'll talk to you then in the spring.
Hopefully can be a 2-time state champion then.
Yeah, were you on the original state championship team?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, maybe this year. You have another trophy to play around with. All right, let's pass the baton. Who are you there, young man?
I'm Aiden Villar. I'm a junior. This is my second year on varsity, and I'm mainly playing that back line, starting back line.
Okay. And what's the highlight of the year for you?
There's actually a lot of highlights, but
Okay.
One of my main highlights, I would say, when I scored the deciding goal or the winning goal against Tower Hill to put us in the semifinals.
That was the only goal of the game, yeah. Talk about the play. Do you remember it?
I do remember it actually. So it was a corner kick, and I was going in, and all I hear is my coach just screaming, "Get on that keeper!" Yeah, so then I just stood in front of the keeper, and then the ball just came straight to my foot, and I just kicked it. Andre Mendoza, the guy that you interviewed before me, he played me a perfect ball into the box. I shot the ball, but the goalkeeper saved it, but I got the ricochet, and then I scored the second shot.
Good for you, man. Good for you. So you said you had a couple other highlights. Name another one.
Another highlight. Again, I scored another winning goal. It was against Caesar Rodney, one of our rivals. We lost against them last year, so getting to score a goal against them, it's kind of like payback. But
It was the only goal in that game too, and they're a Division I school. They've been powerful for a long time. Yeah. So that's fun. And so who's the first person that you found to congratulate, and what was talked about? What would you say to each other after you won the championship?
So when we won, I was in that penalty shootout line. So I was right next to me was Andre, and then to my left was Liam Stiegel. At the moment, during the penalty shootouts, I was not looking at a single one. I just kept my head down because it was a long 100 minutes. So when the final whistle was blown and George Sapna scored the winning goal, everyone kind of rushed to him, but it took me a moment to figure out that we won. So I was kind of in like astonishment. So I didn't really run to anyone at first, but then eventually I just quickly ran to CJ.
All right. Now, do you like the concept of deciding a championship game like that by penalty kicks, or would you rather just like fight it out until somebody scored?
Oh, well, ending it in penalties is almost like ending it in like a type of movie type of way. It's always nice. It was definitely a show for the audience, or the people that came to support us, because it was definitely a fast-paced, nail-biting game.
Hmm?
So I think I would have enjoyed it if we were winning like 7-0 and then we won the finals. But yeah, we had to make it interesting, so we won in pens. So
Yeah, definitely made it interesting. You're fun to talk to. All right. Good to meet you. Pass the baton over to the right there. I know there's no baton to pass. It's just a figure of speech.
I'm Ben Simon. They call me Big Whipper.
Wait, hang on. Wait a second. So Ben, what do they call you?
Big Whipper.
Okay, all right.
You have to explain the story, Ben.
Yeah. So, in a couple of key moments of the season, like I just whipped the ball and they scored. So like in the conference final, it wasn't my like best moment, but it was like great to bounce back and then like still be trusted to play in that back line, and then like come back against IR, and then Our Hill, and then who we playing the finals? St. Mark. And only really conceded one like a goal in the run of play against St. Mark's in the tournament was something that was kind of an accomplishment for us. Should have been 0, but
All right. And so tell me something about your coach. What does he mean to you? Think of anything maybe that he said to you that has stuck with you and that you think maybe will keep with you as you get older and the years pass by.
Well, a couple moments in the season, like I was just like shaky and it was just kind of like confidence issues. But it was like kind of like reassuring of him, like when we just like had some conversations where it's just like reassuring me and like not to worry about like if I have one mistake and just to like always bounce back and kind of just move on. So that was helpful in the long run.
All right. Well said. All right, gentlemen. Nice to meet you three. Let's get a few more in there. I think there's 3 or 4 more we want to talk to.
Jake will whip it out.
Come on up here. Johnson, get on that.
So is there one more after this, Coach? One more guy? Or is it?
Yeah, a couple more. We have a couple more. Actually.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
I am. My name is Johnson Ventura Lopez. I'm a senior and I've been on the varsity team for 2 years.
All right. Congratulations on your victory, Johnson. And how long you been playing varsity for the Seahawks there?
2 years.
3 years? All right.
2 years.
So talk about what it was like during the COVID year there for you.
I didn't play my COVID year. I played the following year.
Oh, so COVID year was your freshman year?
Yes.
Yeah, time is finally passing by from all that. Okay, all right, good. So you didn't have to wear masks during your sophomore year, did you? Was that all over by then?
Yeah.
All right, good. That was horrible. So tell me something about yourself, Johnson. Where you play club somewhere? Any hobbies?
Not not really. I don't play club soccer, but I do play at Sandhill. It's this like sports complex in Georgetown.
Okay. All right, and then so what skills, talent, whatever? What do you believe you bring to this team here? How do you think you've helped contribute there?
I'm like, I mean, if like when we would go down, I would like talk to everybody. I'm like, just like be calm, be like have composure, because although like sometimes we'd be down by one, I'd be telling them it's just the one goal, like being bounced back. I'd be telling them that over and over.
It's important for a young team to have senior leadership. Those guys have been around, played a lot of games, and all. So, what was some of the highlights of your season, Johnson?
Probably beating AFO.
Yeah. Again, that was a big win. What a great way to start off the season there, Coach. Right?
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's that back there? Trying to sneak in to the interview.
Yeah, somebody trying to sneak in.
So, Johnson, do you play any other sports?
Yes, I run track, indoor and outdoor.
Okay. And what events do you participate in?
I've done the 800, the 400, and the 4x2.
Man, that 800's tough, man. What's your?
Yeah.
You just sprint for half a mile. Well, you're used to sprinting because you're a soccer player and all, right? But what kind of time you running so far? Half a mile.
My last time was I think around 2:30.
Okay. All right. How's the Seahawks indoor track team looking?
We're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Good. Think you're gonna win a state championship there? Maybe.
Personally, I would like to individually, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, a lot of competition there. A lot of competition, for sure. Tell me something about your coach. What do you like about him?
Something I like about him is he's kind of like my dad. He's like always yelling at us, and which I've always like grew up being like yelled at, but it's just I like it because it like motivates me.
Okay. He yells at you in an inspirational manner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. All right, nice to meet you. Let's pass the baton. Who's up next there?
My name is Ethan Pilatus. I'm 17, a senior here, and this is my first year on varsity.
Yeah. Okay. And talk about your season. What was memorable to you about it?
Well, it doesn't get more memorable than winning the treble, but I think this is especially more important to me because this is my first year back from soccer after taking a bit of a break because I had quit for last season. And after rediscovering my passion for the sport, it was just incredible being able to come back to such a talented team, not just a team, but a family. And just to have that time spent away, only to come back and to win it all, I couldn't ask for any more.
So talk about that thought process for you. You left this sport for a little while, and what was this? What do you think this? What was the spark that you thought that you had that made you make that determination to get back into this and then become successful?
So I had started playing soccer around 8 or 9, rec league here in Delaware, as a lot of us did. And throughout the years, I just continuously gained more passion and more interest in improving for the sport. And that had taken me from age 8 or 9 to age around 14, where I started getting into the high school aspect of it and started trying out. And my dream, just as well as anyone else in here, was to make the varsity team, be a pillar for the team. My first 2 years playing high school soccer, I was unsuccessful in that, and I had been put on JV twice, which was frustrating for me, but entirely reasonable on my coach's part. I just felt very unsatisfied with myself coming into my sophomore year. I just felt like I had plateaued and I wasn't improving at the rate that I wanted to the point where I had joined our track team and became surrounded with people who were about track, about cross country, and to be honest, let myself be influenced to join cross country instead of soccer because I just didn't see soccer in my future anymore. And that time spent away, as the next school year got closer, I just decided more and more that I wanted to play soccer again. So I reached out to my travel coach that I had also been in contact with for 2 or 3 years. He got me a spot back on the team, and I rediscovered my passion for the sport, and everything fell into place from there.
Yeah, so you probably have a completely different respect for what happened here as well, a totally different perspective as well. That's pretty deep, man, for a young guy to kind of have that insight like that. Yeah, kudos to you, man. Kudos. Appreciate that. Pass the baton, so to speak, and you are there on the end, young man.
My name is Keenan Williams. I'm an 11th grader here at SAS, and I've been on the team for 3 years.
I'm sorry, I kind of couldn't really understand. There was a little glitch here. What was your name again?
Keenan Williams.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a junior here at SAS, and I've been on the team since a freshman.
Okay. So I kind of like this question, so I'll ask it of you too. When you found out you made the team as a freshman, what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, I was really proud of myself. I mean, I put in a lot of work over the summer between my 8th grade year and my 9th grade year. And truly, I wasn't really expecting to make the varsity team, but I worked as hard as I could. And when I got the call up, I was really happy. I immediately told my parents. I also told my little brother, who was, I think, a 6th grader at the time. And we train over the summer. I make him better, and he makes me better as well. And I was really proud to kind of share that moment with my family.
So how do you get yourself mentally prepared for a game there, Keenan?
Well, I visualize myself doing well during the game, and I make the most of the minutes that I get out on the field. Like I was a role player this year, so every time kind of I was called up to the halfway mark, I'm getting put into the game. I kind of visualize, the different things I could do on the ball and the way I could help the team. Just kind of visualize myself being successful.
That is the key to doing it. That's for sure. I actually work with athletes to help them enhance performance, and it's all about visualizing somebody having success at what they're doing. And I'm sure, Coach, I can tell by the way you're shaking your head that you probably do a little of that work in some way, whether you realize it consciously or not. I think you do, because I see you shaking your head there. Yeah, very, very important. So Keenan, big highlight for you. Any highlights for you? What was it? Highlight for you?
Well, obviously, winning the state championship and the treble as a family with my team was a great moment. But also, after the Woodbridge game, which we found out as a team that we had won the Southern Division for the first time, it was a really good, big kind of mark for our team. Kind of a first for our team as well. Like we hadn't done that before, so it was really great to make history and be part of the team that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the future as a school. So that was like the first of many trophies to come, and it was a really special moment for the team.
I see a future leader there, Coach. Talk about these guys. Talk about these guys a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, each individual player here had a specific role this season for us, and when you talk about guys that make the most of their moment, each one did, and super proud of what they've accomplished this year. These are guys that are leaders in their own way. Just like you pointed out, just by listening to them talk and the way that they hold themselves and sort of the roles that they play in certain moments throughout the season, you can't say enough about their leadership and their overall courage throughout this season.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, nice to meet you guys. We got a couple more to get to here. Continued success to all you guys. How many more after this one, Coach?
What do we got? 3 more?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, 3 more.
All right.
3 more after this.
All right. Introduce yourself there, young man, right next to your coach.
I'm Bill Benz. This is my second year on varsity, and I'm a sophomore.
All right. And what was the highlight of your season?
The highlight of my season was probably scoring my first varsity goal against Odessa on the last game of the year. But it was also like all the fun haircuts that we did leading up to playoffs. A lot of the team buzzed their hair, dyed their hair going into playoffs because we all had like motivation to do it.
So how does the team get psyched up for a game prior to it?
Well, a lot of times when we have home games, we're in the locker room together before a game, and we'll usually spend like 15 to 20 minutes listening to music on the big speaker that Andre brings before a game, and we all try to get hyped together.
So what's the team song, favorite song?
It's just a rap playlist that Andre has that he made for the team for the pregame. CJ's playlist.
Okay. So let me ask you this question I haven't asked of anybody else. Do you have a ritual that you go through to help yourself stay mentally focused? Do you have a good luck charm or anything like that? No?
No, not really. I usually try to, I always do this. I put on my shin guards after warm-up so I get touches in on the ball with my shin guards on, so it helps me prepare for the game.
Okay. Do you know anybody on the team that has you take a look and say, why is he holding on to that little bunny or something like that, like a luck charm, good luck charm or anything?
I don't think anybody on the team really does.
Oh, really? Okay.
Some people do wrist tape and they write down like some people that they're special and they're playing for on the wrist tape.
Okay. All right. And so what's your future hold? Or you see yourself in a couple years?
I don't know. I'll probably go to college and maybe I'll try to play soccer in college or at least play club soccer in college.
All right. You're young, got a lot of time yet. Don't take too much time, though, because the time goes by fast. Right? All right. Nice to meet you. Who's up next?
My name is Richard Velasquez Perez, and this is my first year as a varsity player, and I'm in 11th grade.
And the position you play?
Midfield.
Do you play a club? For a club?
Yes, I do. I play for Delaware Football Academy.
Okay, so there's a couple of you that play on that. So let me, do you? You don't have to answer this question. I'll ask it anyway because you're with your high school team. But do you like the high school game better or the club game?
I think high school game is way better because I don't know, it just gets more hyped and everything, and I'm with close friends, and yeah, I feel like high school is way better than club soccer.
So is it really more about the camaraderie and the atmosphere, would you say?
Yes. Yeah, I think because we have a big fan here. Everyone from SAS pulls up and watches our game. So, yeah.
So what made you and your family decide to go to Sussex Academy?
I mean, I didn't have a choice, but they thought they said it's a good school for me, and yeah.
Do you like the choice that they made for you?
At first, no, but then once
once I got to high school, then yeah, I started to like the school because of all the friends that I've made throughout middle school.
All right. All right. Well, nice to meet you. Congratulations. Did you get a chance to spend any time with the trophy?
Yeah, the way back on the bus.
You get a picture with it?
I think so. I don't know.
Somebody make sure they take a picture of him with their trophy, man. All right.
Have to make sure we get one.
Yeah. Okay, who's up next? What's your name there, young man?
My name is Brandon James, and this is my first year as a varsity soccer player, and I'm a freshman.
Yeah, a young one. So, and to win a state championship already. Wow, fantastic. So, what was that like for you? Did you think you had, when you came into training camp, did you think you had a good chance? Did you have experience playing with or against any of these guys prior? Was it all kind of new when you walked onto the field that first day?
I mean, I knew these guys before, but yeah, it was definitely like surreal, like a surreal feeling to just be a part of this team and being able to get into some games every practice, just try to go and try to be an expectation that as a varsity player I should hold for myself.
So did you get a bunch of playing time, or kind of role player, full-time player? How was it for you?
I didn't really get as much playing time, I guess, as I hoped I would, but just every single day playing at training and other things, it's just helps to improve, to get more playing time and have a bigger role in the team.
Yeah, very, very valuable experience too, playing for a championship team right away, young, so that bar's high for you, and then you can help other people as they start to come into the program as well. Do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I play lacrosse.
Oh, wow. That's a tough sport too. So you do a lot of running all year long. Soccer, lacrosse. What position do you play in lacrosse?
I'm a deep ball, so yeah, I play defense.
Okay, wow. And then, so you're midfielder here in soccer. So what was the highlight of season for you?
I mean, yeah, winning the championship, but I mean, yeah, just winning the championship. I never thought we would be able to do it, but it was a dream come true, and yeah, we can definitely win more in my future.
Yeah, I don't see why. No reason not to think so. Be probably whole team be favored coming in next year. Coach, quick anecdote about these three guys.
Listen, each one here, just like the couple of groups before. I mean, each one has a specific role with this team, and their sort of willingness to accept their role, compete at a high level, push the guys that are either ahead of them or on the same path as them. It makes them gifted. It's allowed us to take 23 players this year and find the success that we did. And you can't say enough about each one of these boys and their character, their personality throughout everything.
Awesome. All right, who's left? Come on up. Thanks, guys. And last but certainly not least here, introduce yourself there, young man, right next to Coach.
My name is Destiny Lewis. I'm one of the JV call-ups.
Let me get you to speak up just a little louder and say your name one more time.
My name is Jesse G. Lewis. I'm one of the JV call-ups. I got called up from the JV to experience like the varsity playoffs.
Oh, when was that? When did you get called up?
I got called up before the conference game versus Central.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm also a sophomore. This is I guess my first year.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So, so what was that? What was that day like for you when you got called up? Talk about what happened after you got that news.
I was like surprised because I didn't expect it. I had a phenomenal season for JV, and when he told me, I didn't really believe it because like I knew I had a good season, but like I didn't think like I would get the opportunity to play with these guys.
Yeah, good for you. Any other sports for you?
I run track.
Ah, what events?
I do 200 meters and I do high jump.
High jump? How tall are you? How tall are you?
I guess I'm 6 foot. Yeah, 6 foot.
How high are you jumping so far?
5'8".
All right. Fantastic. All right. Good for you. We'll see you next year, I'm sure. Carrying a trophy around. Right? All right. Who's up next?
My name is Nathan Falcone. This is my first year of varsity, and I'm a freshman.
Yeah, another freshman. Wow. Good for you, man. Good for you. What kind of playing time did you get this year?
A decent amount.
Okay. You were happy with your playing time? You have to say yes. So let's just move on to the next question. Right? What was so talk about a memorable event for you this year?
Definitely going against DMA and scoring my first varsity goal.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Talk about the play.
The what? Sorry.
The goal.
The goal, yeah.
I think it was a cross from Chase, and the goalie tipped it, and I just scored a tap in.
Nice. And then what did you do after you scored?
I was just so excited. I don't think I even celebrated. I was just surprised that I scored for varsity.
Did they give you the ball or anything like that?
A little bit. No.
No, I mean. Your soccer ball is a little bit more expensive than like baseballs. You just can't take the soccer ball home when you get your first goal or anything like that. But that's a shame. Did you take the ball and anybody take a picture with you with the ball and say, "This is the ball that I used to score my first high school goal"? Anything like that happen?
No, but I think I got like a mention on social media. I think.
What was that?
Mention on social media.
Okay. All right. So somebody take a picture with him with a ball and say, "This is him with this." His first goal right here. That's a big moment in his life, man. We've got some pictures to take after this is all over. All right, any other sports for you?
No, just soccer for now.
Okay. So you're a club player?
Yep.
Where do you play?
Delaware Football Academy.
Okay. All right. So that's got to be fun, right? You playing club and then playing with the high school team. And when does club season start?
Started, I think.
When does it start?
I think it was like it wasn't September.
Yeah, the high school boys for our club starts like right after Labor Day. They'll just go one night a week on an off night if there's no games, and they'll ramp it up pretty much right at the beginning of November. And most of the teams, if they're not in the tournament, are wrapping up their seasons. Those guys will ramp up. They've got like Thanksgiving showcases all the way through the middle of December showcases that these guys are competing. So it's a full year ordeal for them.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding. All right. Well, nice to meet you. And
I'm Austin Taylor. I'm also a JV call-up this year, and I'm a sophomore.
good for you, Austin. That's fantastic. Talk about that day when you got called up. How would it go for you?
I was walking with my friend Jesse, and coach approached us and said that we had a tremendous season, and we've, I guess, changed the outcome of Sussex Academy soccer, and that we deserve a spot for playoffs, I guess. And yeah.
Oh, it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Did you get any playing time?
I did not, but nah, not really. Oh yeah, I'm a backup goalkeeper, so.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So then what was the highlight prior to that call-up? What was the highlight of your season?
Mine was probably the game against Caesar Rodney. I played really good, got a clean sheet, Yeah, it's probably like my best game of my high school career so far.
All right. Fantastic. What else should we know about you? So let me set this up a little bit. You're sitting there in the back, right? You're waiting to get a seat up here, and you're thinking, what question might I ask you? And what question would you hope that I ask you that you have like this awesome answer for?
To be honest, I don't even know really. I wasn't really thinking.
So, talk about your coach here. So you had a chance to hang out with him through the playoff run and all, and how has he helped you think so far?
He kind of boosted my confidence because I always was getting down on myself a lot whenever I would make mistakes, and he would always kind of, I guess, say cheer me up so I wasn't so down on myself and hard on myself. And he just kind of really helped me become the player I guess I've become so far.
All right. Coach, anything to add about these guys here?
Listen, the future is bright with these guys. I'm excited to see what they do in the off season and prepare for next year.
I think that's pretty cool. You call up some guys right to join for the tournament run. Well played, sir. Well played. Fantastic.
Appreciate that.
Talk about that thought. Talk about that thought process real quick. Like, say, okay, I'm going to call up a couple guys. Like, you talk about the reasoning behind that for you and your team.
Yeah, I think for me, the thought process behind that has to do with, at the JV level, I want them to be encouraged that even if they didn't make the varsity roster, that if that was their goal and they end up on JV, that they're still working towards something. I tell these guys every year, no matter how we split it, guys can still come up, guys can still go down, and that we're always watching so that they continue to, play at a high level, compete. And this year, but both of these guys that were on the JV roster to start the season, they only lost one game, which is the best record in Sussex Academy's history. Our JV team is dominated this year, and it's kudos to these guys and their leadership. And so, the thought process is we have to reward these guys for the work that they put in, the commitment, the dedication. The varsity guys are the ones that compete for a state title, but the JV guys are the ones that set the tone for, the sort of future ahead that, if we're going to compete at a high level year after year, the JV guys have to be competing at a high level. And I think it was important, especially at the seasons that they had, their leadership, their character. It was just impressive from my standpoint that kind of thought there's no way we can't reward them and have them join, even if it's just to train with us and sit on the bench and be part of just the ride that we were about to go on with the conference final all the way through the tournament and, obviously winning the state final.
Well played, sir. Well played. I like that. Yeah, nice touch. Nice touch. Any final parting thoughts for me and us that are watching there, Coach?
No, I think that this is a young group, and these guys are ready to run it back. I think they're so excited to see what we can do next year after we accomplish so much this year. And I think CJ said it best. Really, everything that could have gone right for us this year did go right. And I think it just makes us hungry for next year where, we gave up goals in tournament matches that I don't think that they wanted to give up. And so, they're just going to set new goals next year. And we're excited. I'm going to return everybody but 5. And I've got some young players coming up through the pipelines that will definitely add to the talent here. And I think that, Sussex Academy sort of has arrived in Delaware soccer. So I'm excited. I know these guys are, and we definitely plan to run it back.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to bring all these guys here. They all sound like great guys. It's obvious why you guys had the success that you did. All fine young guys. You're obviously a very talented coach, and I wish you continued success. All right, gentlemen, wave goodbye to our growing fan base here at Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. I'm going to wish you all a happy holiday. And thanks again. And now I'm going to hit end meeting for all. And have a great day.
All right, thank you.
So, as you can see, the Sussex Academy Seahawks soccer team, Division II state champions here in Delaware. Would you like to recommend somebody to join us here for a conversation like that so we can get to know about the personalities of the people behind the names and the box scores? Just reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. I like to talk to people and find out what makes them tick. And just have fun. As a fun group of guys for sure. And RJ Dina, great coach. Bright future. Well, the future is here for him now. Just won the state championship, right? Fantastic. All right, special thanks go out to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Dawnie M., my friends Joey B. and Tommy K., supporters of the show from day one. You can support the show simply by subscribing on whatever video platform you find these videos. Occasionally press play. That would help. I'm Marshal Manlove, and now from the home studio, actually I'm not home, from the Western Command Post, I am gone. Happy holidays. Yeah.